Well, we thought Colin Lloyd was going to knock Andre Welge out early. Instead, he appears to have clocked off early because the 2-0 set lead is now just 2-1. The German back in business.
That's right, and already one shot tonight. Kostompe, seeded 17, has gone. Peter Wright in round 2. Colin Lloyd, we thought, as you say, Rod, was as good as there, but not so. And coming up, Lewis Eccles. That will be a match of contrasts, contrasting styles. Baxter against Sholton, who's through from an earlier preliminary round game. Good game to end with that, but plenty of darts to be thrown before they take to this famous stage.
Welge has to throw in this set. I wonder what Colin Lloyd's thinking. We played Gary Welding once in the first round, looking like he had Welding beaten and knocked out by old Kappa from St Helens back in 06. It's never done till it's done, John, is it?
You're right, and that last set, I've got to say, was a dreadful set for Lloyd. His average went down from 90 to 85. And, well, for a player with pretensions to being a champion, you can't really afford to do that too often.
Well, Welge didn't have to do a lot to win it, really, did he?
137.
Lloyd on his own throw through 21 darts first leg, never got a shot. 18 darts in the second leg and lost that as well. So not great from Colin Lloyd by any stretch. This is better. Well, just smash it underneath those two while he readjusted and couldn't quite find the target. But he needs here to really give himself a kick up the backside, Colin Lloyd. If he goes 2-2 in sets, who knows? There's 2.
140.
Well, he found a battle at the other dart, but I don't think it made any difference.
58.
Tutankhamun didn't give any expression anyway, did he?
Well, in terms of sets, it could be 2-2 come on for Andre Welge, John, if he wins this one, couldn't it?
Yes, I was saying Wiedersehen not long 96. Ago in my mind, and but he never was, and he might have been, but he won't want to lose this set because you know when history shows when Colin Lloyd is under pressure, he doesn't always respond as you would expect. Oh,
74.
what a chance. He was unlucky there, in fairness.
170.
He was, wasn't he? Now, 14,
60.
straight at 7-7, or will he prefer 14. A little shift maybe to 6-4, straight at it? Well, that's why he might have thought differently. It's 3 for 2-2. Oh, super. Super dart, John, wasn't it? Absolutely crucial because he must have known Lloyd was breathing down his neck and he'd muffed a couple of chances. Pressure? What pressure?
That's right. He's played a lot better, Welge. He's now won 4 legs on the trot, 5 out of the last 6.
Lloyd is unravelling like an old ball of wool at the moment.
Well, Lloyd now has the inferior 3-figure score, mean score. He has the inferior mean score, 83.5, and earlier he was well ahead at 90 against 86 at the end of the second set.
Yeah, he led 2-0 in sets. Now 2-1, and looking like 2 apiece, John, isn't it, at the moment? I'll tell you what. You wouldn't want to put your mortgage on Colin Lloyd at this stage, and yet it looked so certain, didn't it, early on?
57.
You're right there. 6 out of 16, 5 out of 15. 11 legs played, almost even. And not a classic this. It started pretty well.
136.
Welge World ranked 63 to Lloyd's 10, but at 63 the German number 1, just ahead of Yihan Artut, a name that you wouldn't want to say in Wayne Mardle's presence. Remember that opening night last year?
Yes,
John?
yes.
Shock of shocks, wasn't it?
Let's not say it, because Wayne could well be watching. And if you are, mate, we're missing you. Get back to business, lad.
Absolutely. Good to see the big man back on the big stage. But I tell you what, Artut's compatriot here has got Lloyd in bother. This is surely going to be 2-0 if his last few legs have been anything to go by, John. You expect him to gobble this up.
You require 40.
Tops.
Well, if he gets this, I think we can start to be thinking in terms of a sea change, because there was only one winner at 2-0. But now, with it possibly soon being 2 sets all, a worried, contemplative face.
Well, we've mentioned Lloyd's poor record in the World Championship. First round defeats to Shane Burgess, to Johnny Part, to Gary Weldon, as I mentioned in 06, in a mammoth upset, to Jan van der Aarsel, to Jelle Klaassen. Those latter two, John, on this very alley-pally stage, are all those maggots of doubt now starting to eat away at the back of Colin Lloyd's mind.
Yeah. Well,
50.
One of the greatest ever shocks in World Championship history. Back in 1990 over at Frimley Green, Jan Hofmann of Denmark beat the number 1 seed, world number 1 at the time, Bob Anderson, in the first round. And Jan's here, actually.
59.
Had a chat with him earlier. Looking well, enjoying himself. Part of darting history, that man. I know Bob Anderson won't be too pleased to be
60.
reminded of it, but it was a long time ago.
I'll tell you what else was a long time ago, John. The last time Colin Lloyd won a leg. He's lost the last 5 on the reel here, and is in real danger of that becoming half a dozen, because Welge is starting to fuel the fire.
138.
Well, he's been on fire for a little while now, and he's one of these quiet customers. He's not a player who gets too animated. He just quietly gets on with the job.
89.
And I suspect he's crept upon Lloyd here
You require
almost unnoticed. But now a really big check out here, but if he were to get it, it would be wonderful. It would be a perfect way. It would have been a perfect way to level up the match.
99.
Sometimes when a tide starts turning, you can't stop it. Tide, time and tungsten wait for no man, John. Lloyd, well, he's in
92.
at the moment. He's struggling to find a way how he's going to turn it around. He will get a break at the end of this set to regroup.
I'm not sure that he will at the end of the 4th set. I think he'll probably play on, but well, he's made
22.
a little bit of a mess of that, but if there's a time when you perhaps can afford a little bit of waywardness, that was it. But he won't be able to do it again, because that means Lloyd, now on 70, is a threat.
Well, he's going to have to waste a dart to get down to the double, isn't he? He should really already be on a double, but muffed the end of that last visit. That's okay. Double 16 has served him well tonight. No problem at all. Andre Welge, from 2 sets to 0 down, has won 6 consecutive legs. Lloyd rocking and rolling and reeling all over the stage. Can he recover? Can he recover his equilibrium and win a game that, frankly, John, he looked to have in the bag and half an hour ago?
Well, I couldn't have forecast this at 2 sets to 0 down, although I did qualify my thoughts anyway by saying that this lad will not give up. He will not have written his chances off. And to that extent I was dead right, and now Lloyd really does have a battle on his hands. Welge, an excellent 140, and although Lloyd has the throw in this set,
57.
he doesn't now. Effectively, the throw has now gone to Welge. 3-6-1, 3-6-1, capitalise.
It's one thing to catch up, though, John, isn't it? It's another to go past. I've seen it happen in all sorts of one-on-one sports, snooker, golf, in match play, darts. You can catch up, you've got to go
especially
fast.
the ones I back.
Yes. They find nothing under pressure. Is Lloyd going to find something under pressure?
100.
He's going to have to, John, isn't he? I tell you what, you don't know what's going on in someone's mind. But at the moment, Lloyd looks punch drunk.
39.
39 only. See, that's where you've got to really hammer home the advantage. Lloyd now has a little bit of hope of taking this leg.
140.
Brilliant 140. Credit where it's due. He somehow plucked that one out from somewhere. He's fighting here, Lloyd.
Yeah.
He really is scrapping away. He will do. And this lad's giving him a severe test. A real going over.
Very tough for Lloyd. He must feel up there that he hasn't won a leg since the old king died, mustn't he? I mean, it's that
60.
long ago.
Colin, you require 121.
Now, 6 darts from him.
When the old king died, don't you start.
Well, it's okay. It's okay. It's not too bad. He should be able to leave himself a single darter. It just depends what he wants that single darter to be. It'll be 6, won't it, for tops? Yeah. That's okay.
81.
Should be pleased with that, really.
So, let off the hook, perhaps, Welge. But he has taken advantage of
46.
Lloyd being
Colin,
totally
require
unable
40.
to hammer home his earlier authority. See, that was a lovely marker first dart.
20.
Really on form, Lloyd would have
Andre, you
put
require
that second dart in,
135.
no problem at all. Now then, if a 1-3-5 finish goes in, it not only would be spectacular, and it's still possible, that's why it went that way. Still possible, bullseye for an amazing, so close to an amazing
Colin, you
finish.
require 20.
Lloyd, 2 10s, 2 5s. The panic button's going to be pressed in a minute.
10.
Maybe just has been.
Andre,
You get the
require
impression that
25.
Lloyd is throwing himself as well as the dart now. Anxiety. It's tension in the body. And the dart flying high. Now then, he's beginning perhaps to just feel the tension a little bit. But that's a sound first dart. But is the second one? That's not a bad marker. Below it. And here we have for the first time in the match, Lloyd trailing. Rod, what a comeback so far from Welge. This could make German darting history. 2-0 down. He'd won only 1 leg out of 7. Since when? Yes, I can now say sea change. And
59.
a certain shark is struggling in shallow waters.
It's a great comeback by Welge, but it's been a disappearing act from
55.
Colin Lloyd, hasn't it? Well, I tell you what. Well, Lloyd is in danger of absolutely imploding up there.
Well,
you cannot do that, John.
no.
No matter how frustrated you are, you cannot do that. And he must know that. But that just shows, well, I don't think I've ever seen that before on a big stage.
I've never seen that before. The board actually physically attacked by the player. And that will come back to haunt him in more ways than one. It's not for me now to elaborate on that. But Colin Lloyd has to refocus on his attentions here and get on with the game.
121.
I just wonder how it'll affect him though, John. You might remember, as I do, a Premier League match a few years back when Lloyd was in the Premier League and someone was hurling abuse at him from the balcony, and Lloyd just went absolutely berserk in terms of his scoring, and he was just hitting 180s and big finishes left, right and centre because he'd become so annoyed. Now maybe he's feeling, I've got to get myself stoked up here somehow, and has gone out and done that.
Yes.
Look at this.
Well, he's just throwing faster now, and
90.
maybe that's through anxiety, through his situation at the moment. The match situation has brought it about, and just as I'd said, for the very first time in the match, Lloyd is trailing. Then we see